Hi everybody, I'm Jodi Reinhardt. This is my Stamp with Jodi YouTube channel, and you have come across Season 5, Episode 7 of the Great North American Stampin' Show. Every single week, I come on with a few of my friends, and we each create a card using a certain theme, and it's a little friendly competition. So you are here to watch all 4 videos. So you'll watch mine, you'll click through the links in the description to watch the other 3, and then you get to decide who the winner is of episode 7. You vote simply by giving a thumbs up right here on YouTube, and voting starts right now, and it goes through Sunday evening, and then we declare the winner on Monday. So it's super fun, friendly competition. Our goal is just to inspire you with so many different creative ideas. So I'm excited about my quick and creative card for this time. If you've followed me and all of my videos, you know that quick and creative is my style. So I'm not one to take a super crazy long time on one project. I like it to have special elements, and I like to share different tips and tricks along the way. So I have a very fun trick with a punch that I want to show you today. I think you're going to like it. So like I said, you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy all 4 videos. Be sure to go back and give that thumbs up vote. And while you're here, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss a thing. All right, so the layouts we're using for inspiration this week are from the Silly Safari bundle. Now, if you've been following along, you know that I have used this bundle, which is the stamp set and punch. I have used this a ton this season. So I thought it was a little bit ironic when we're actually using these layouts as inspiration that I went in a totally different direction. So this is probably going to be my, I don't know, like loosest, like inspiration, transition. Usually I duplicate a lot of the things, but this one's a little bit of a stretch, no pun intended, with that stretching giraffe neck. So let me show you what I did. So I'm going to pull in my completed card. Usually I don't do that right away, but I'm going to pull that in because I want you to see the similarities, but you're going to want to stay tuned because I've got some pretty cool tricks for this card. So here is my finished card, and I used this one here as my inspiration. And let me try to explain it a little bit. I saw the long giraffe as just like a long piece of something, a focal point of sorts on the side. I chose to use this gorgeous piece of designer paper from the Perfectly Pears wow, that's a mouthful. Perfectly Pears package of designer paper. So to me, this piece is what inspired this here. So again, remember, it's okay that it's a little bit of a stretch, it's a little abstract, because it's just a starting point. This whole season, we're just trying to show you how you can see something in the catalog, in the online store, and use it as a starting point. Use it as something that can launch your creativity. So I'm doing that with this one. So the long giraffe is what I am doing, this designer paper. And then there is a circle focal point down here with, this one has twine, I have ribbon. So that's my connection there. Like I said, I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but I love the way this card turned out, and I'm super excited to show you some tips on this focal point here. So let me scoot that aside and we'll get started. As I mentioned, it's the Perfectly Pears bundle. So I am using, I guess just the stamp set. I'm not using any of the dies. I'm using the stamp set and some punches. So let's start with this piece of thick basic white, and I just grabbed a scrap. This is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So just a decent size scrap of thick basic white. And yes, it's important that it's thick because I'm going to color with our Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. So I will stamp straight down and up. This is our pecan pie ink pad, and I'm going to pull in a few different colors. I've got, which one is this? The dark pecan pie Stampin' Blend. So I'll pull that, and I'm just going to use that to color the stems, and I'm using the smaller bullet end to get in those tiny spots. And whenever you use blends, you want to hear that snap, because then you know it's on tight and it won't dry out. This is the light Mossy Meadow. And so I'm just gonna color these leaves. And keep in mind, if you haven't used our Stampin' Blends alcohol markers, I am going up to that line. The alcohol markers kind of bleed out into the cardstock just a touch. So I am only going up to the line. I don't want to go over it, or else I'll end up coloring out of the lines just a touch. So we'll just scoot around and finish up these leaves. Okay, then again, hear the snap and we're good to go. I am going to next take the brush end, and this is the light Darling Duckling, and I'm just gonna go over the entire pear. And because it's a bigger area, that's why I'm choosing the brush end. Don't have to worry about going out of the lines when I have such a big space. So I'll get this color all in here. And then I'm going to go back with the Calypso Coral. And which one is it? It is the light Calypso Coral. And I'm just going to add, if you look at, let me pull this in. If you look at the designer paper on the edge, do you see how it's got more of the orangish, brownish coral color on the side? So what I'm going to do is just take the bullet end, and I'm just going to kind of draw in and just randomly add some color right along the edge there. And it kind of stands out right now. I mean, that looks a little awkward, right? If I pull that up so you can see it, it doesn't look very natural compared to this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back with that brush end, and I'm just gonna kind of pull some of the ink from that coral color, just kind of pull it over into the center a little bit. And you can see where I go over even the Darling Duckling, like where I'm going over it again, it'll just get a little bit darker in those areas. So if you notice, I'm intentionally kind of going all around, but then I'm leaving these little spots kind of lighter in the center. Once this completely dries, that's what's going to give me that look. So I went around the edge with the Calypso Coral and then went around again with Darling Duckling to kind of just pull that in a little bit. Now I'm going to grab my 2-inch circle punch and I'll pop that right out. I always like to hold it upside down so I can see exactly where I'm going. Give it a good squeeze and pop that out. All right, let me take a minute and kind of build the card. I've got a card base that is basic beige. And then that piece of designer paper that is just so gorgeous. I'm going to take my adhesive, my Stampin' Seal, and just run it along the right edge. So there's adhesive all along the back. And then I'm going to match it up to the strip of Mossy Meadow that I cut, just to give it a little bit of a border. Then I'll go ahead and apply my adhesive to the back, and we'll get this attached to the card base. So we'll set this on here. And now you can see from the finished sample that I want this to be my focal point. Now I get to show you how to make this fun background. This is the punch I'm going to use, but you may notice that that is not the shape that you see here. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I need to remind myself how to do this here. So I am going to stick the cardstock right in here and I'm going to pull it up. So instead of going straight back, I put it in here and I pull it up, and I'm going to go all the way up here to the top edge. And then I'm gonna pop it off. That top part will go away. And now I have this longer piece. So what I'm going to do is take it in here again, pull it up through here again, and to kind of guide me to know how big I want to make it, I'm just going to set this on here, just loose. It's just kind of a space holder. And I'm going to guide it there. That looks like it should be pretty good. Give me some decent space around the edges. And then I'll just go ahead and pop that again. So this is the shape of the actual punch, but when I feed it through and pull it up and pop each end, then I get this fun other shape that just gives me so much more versatility. You can make this shape as big as you want to just by pulling more through the punch. So how fun is that? Okay, so let's attach this to the card, and I'm going to put it just a little higher than center and off to the right just a bit. And then I'll put some adhesive right in the middle. And I'm going to take this gorgeous gold and mossy meadow ribbon that is part of that pear product suite. And I'm going to just kind of lay it into that adhesive. And then we'll just put Stampin' Dimensionals behind this layer and add it to the card as our focal point. I love the punch trick with this one. I just think it's so creative, and it just gives you so much more versatility with all of our punches. You can do that and get so many different sized shapes. Okay, very last thing is to use pecan pie and the thank you stamp that comes in the set, and just place it right down there on the card base. So that is what I have for you today. I hope that you love this quick and creative card as much as I do, and that it earns your thumbs up vote. It is very duplicatable and definitely something that you can be inspired by with our punches to just create some alternative sizes and shapes with the punches you already have. Be sure to watch the other 3 videos and then come back and give a thumbs up vote to the one that you enjoyed the most this week. And I hope that it's my Perfectly Pear Quick and Creative card. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.